Grahamstown, Baintown, from everywhere they're coming. They're the people's choice, the Saxon Superstars.
Hello? Who's in the morning?
Boots!
Yeah, yo, George, we're finishing.
my organic Bahamian brothers and sisters of this great Commonwealth of the Bahamas of Islands. For the record, and I'm going to go on record because everything I'm saying is the truth. For the record, my name is Donna Dossett Major, and I'm an attorney at law. And I would like to inform all of my organic Bahamians, no matter which political organization you support or may be affiliated with, each and every Bahamian, you're all within the sound of my voice, we all need to wake up, shake up, and save our sovereignty. On Friday, the 20th day of January 2023, it was only through divine intervention. Yah wanted me to witness this. I was in Magistrates Court number 8 before Magistrate Samuel McKinney on an arraignment, or in other words, a first plea. However, Magistrate McKinney was dealing with his civil matters, it would have seemed, on that day. The court was full of virtual complainants as well as defendants. And, of course, there was quite a number of lawyers, at least 3 or 4 of us sitting at the bar, at the bench. Then a case involving 2 Haitian nationals, they have to be Haitian citizens, came up. It was a landlord and tenants case. Now, the purported landlord was the elder of the 2. I have to say purported based on the evidence. He was the elder of the 2. He seemed to be in his 60s, somewhere around there. And he was the landlord, purported landlord. The tenant was the younger of the 2, another Haitian young man. He had a very deep Haitian accent. And so I can tell from his accent that he was not in the Bahamas as long as the elder one. Now, the landlord gave his story to the court saying that the tenant owed him rental arrears. And the magistrate then asked the tenant, the younger Haitian male, do you owe him arrears? The Haitian response was, if Bahamian people know what's good for themselves, no, I know I don't owe him any arrears. He is not the landlord. If Bahamian people know what's good for themselves, they will get rid of all Haitian people. Now, I only quote what the man said. They would get rid of all Haitian people out of their country, including me. And he said, including himself. He said, Haitian, bad, 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 bad. This younger Haitian told the court that the elder Haitian worked over there on the woman who he was paying rent to. In fact, the younger Haitian said the older Haitian do not own the property. And that a woman that he was paying rent to, now he didn't say whether it was a Bahamian woman or a Haitian woman, I assume it was a Bahamian woman. He said, woman who I pay rent to, man work OB on her, work OB witchcraft on her. This is what the younger person was telling the whole court. And I know certain lawyers, you can hear me, you know what I'm saying, it's the truth, because we had a discussion. I won't call the lawyer's name, because I couldn't believe what I was hearing. And I'm sure the rest of the persons from their reaction, because people started to talk loud in court, couldn't believe that this Haitian man was honest enough. He warned us. He said, listen, Bahamian people, if y'all know what's good for yourself, y'all will get rid of all Haitian people. Now, this ain't a Bahamian saying this is a Haitian man. Out of your country, Haitian are no good, no good, no good, including me. The man said, including him. Okay? And he talked about the witchcraft that the older man allegedly worked on the woman who he acknowledged as the landlord and who he paid rent to. When the magistrate asked the older man who claimed to be the landlord if he had papers, he said yes. So the magistrate asked him, so he said to the magistrate, my lawyer have my papers. So the magistrate asked him, who is your lawyer? He said, Faye Thompson. I have nothing else to say about that because I'm going to let it rest right there. He said, Faye Thompson. Magistrate then asked him, adjourned the matter and asked him to bring his documents when he come back. But my point is, here it is. We have a Haitian man who, he was very honest, in my opinion. He was very honest. He was telling the court, Haitian people are bad people. They work witchcraft. The older man do not own the property, and it's the same problems we're having with Haitian people in this country. They possess people property, and they don't care whether it's lawful or unlawfully. They just take what they want. So the younger Haitian was telling the courts, this man don't own this property. He worked witchcraft on the person who owned the property, as far as he was concerned, and woman gone. So all I'm saying, my Bahamian brothers and sisters, and I'm going to use the word organic because I like it. I love the phrase that Lincoln and them came up with. We need to really wake up, you know. Y'all need to stop being so selfish and acting like y'all are part of a gang. Because that's how some of y'all carry on. Worse than the gangbangers. This ain't about no gang, and this ain't about, I mean, I am a part of COI. However, I'm a part of COI because I am of the honest and unmistakable belief that COI really have the best interest of the Bahamian people at large. And I don't need to go into history, but history has proven that in the short space of time that COI became involved in politics under Mr. Lincoln Dean. Everything he has demonstrated and brought evidence to show, even the PLP has admitted when they were saying he was selling dreams before the last election, now they're saying that our carbon credits are worth much more than what Mr. Bain said. So you know what? You all please wake up. We have the Haitian themselves, the ones that are honest enough to let us know that if we know what's good for ourselves, we'll get rid of these Haitian people out of our country. Haitian is bad, bad, bad. And they work witchcraft. Okay? And so we need to really wake up and all do the right thing. When Mr. Bain make this clarion call, you all get up. Even if you got your crutches, get your crutches and hop your way down to Bay Street before it's too late. That's all I have to say. May God have mercy on ourselves.
Morning. You alright? Lady in the back there said she was having problems with persons. You don't speak English?
No.
You don't parle anglais?
No.
No, you no PT?
No.
No? You speak English. You speak English.
I try.
You try. Okay. The lady in the back said she was having problems with people like throwing garbage and PCs in her yard. And,
Oh, lady.
right in the back there.
I don't know. I don't live over there. I don't know.
So you live here?
Yeah.
Okay. And a person's built right onto her wall.
I don't know. I don't know nothing about that.
You know nothing? So you know, but you renting there or you live here?
I went.
Oh, you rent. Where you renting from?
This man over there, he in there. He going to school.
Oh. So, but the house built right to her wall, eh? Yeah. You mind if I look?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Hey, Jeffrey live right here in that day. What's that in the fish? Hey, grows up. You good? You good? All right. No, that's ain't but right to the wall. Okay, I guess. Oh, you over there. This ain't been right to the wall, but look like
You relaxing, eh?
outhouse built on the wall. That's an outhouse?
Listen, the gate was off.
No, outhouse built on the wall.
Oh, okay.
Outside toilet.
Oh, okay, okay.
What kind of thing this is here?
Hmm?
What kind of thing this is here?
That's cold intense. What they bring?
Why that's set up like that though?
That's different.
Okay.
Yeah, they built an outhouse on the wall. Yeah. Yeah, they built onto it over there too. Yeah, they built onto our wall. Yeah, it's built onto our wall.
Said Jeff living in that one there.
The red one over here. Yeah. Yeah, this built onto the wall. You live here, bro? You live here? No. Okay. That's outside toilet there. Then. Huh? That's Jeff yard.
Oh, you don't know Jeff?
Yeah, Jeff.
Sells fish.
You don't speak English?
No.
What? You live here?
Yeah.
Your papier?
Yeah, he got papers.
You think you have papers with you?
Yeah, he can show you that.
Man, stop it. Papers.
I tell you, I see these people, boy.
Sorry. Hey man, that's you.
Yeah.
Right, boy. So he don't speak English, but he got papier. All right. All right, bro. Good to meet you. That's brand new too.
Spanking, I can smell the leather.
And the passport too. Yeah, you just get this.
I can smell the leather now.
Everything? You. Hold on.
Yeah, the man got papier.
What's the issue date? When you get this?
Boy, I tell you.
Issuance? And it's in French.
Yes.
When you get this? December?
December.
No, this is your date of birth.
It's my birthday, December.
Your passport date.
2029. December.
So when you get this? My French off. If this is in Creole, I'll understand it. You see?
C'est December
Mm-hmm.
2029.
What year?
29.
29. No,
Yeah,
December. That's the date.
Yeah.
Man, you just get this. Wow. And you come. It's new. Yeah, you know, you just reached December 2022.
Yeah.
You just come.
Yeah, just come.
He just here. He just come to Bahamas. December 2022. December 31st. Just reached. New passport. New. You working? Let me see. December, yeah. See the luggage? You come on the plane, luggage. December 2022. Man. Alright. Wow. Let me see your thing up. Brand new. It says date of expiry. Just don't say when he get it, but it expires 2020 November. So he just got this November.
Wow.
I mean, he came the right way. He got the work permit first,
Mm-hmm.
and then he came on the plane. He's a handyman. The employer is Luxury Prince Design. Yeah. So he just got this in on November 25th, and he just came in on December 31st, New Year's Eve. And he worked. Where you work? You don't understand?
Yeah.
Where you work? Your boss, your company. You don't understand it?
Yeah, I'm going,
You don't know where you work.
No.
Yeah, the casing all new. All right. See you later. All right.
Okay.
All right. So,
Yeah, you got papier. Yeah, good.
so this something happening in this country, bro.
It happening fast.
Something happening and we getting flooded. That's a brand new passport. And he just reached a brand new work permit. Something happening. This country in trouble. You can stop it. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are so sorry that you didn't have any sound just now. Thank you so much for joining us. We're always glad to have you with us. Ladies and gentlemen, please share. Please share and tag someone. The notifications for our lives don't go out anymore. They are blocking the notifications for our lives. So make sure you get this to your friends and family. Put it in their WhatsApp group. So if all of you share this, we need each of you to share this with somebody. If hundreds of you on all of our platforms right now, from YouTube to all of our platforms to Facebook, etc., we should have over 1,000 people on here right now. So if all of you from all of these platforms share this with someone in your family and some in your groups, etc., we will do well. All right. What you just saw was some videos that we're going to talk about later in this show. One of them, you heard Haitian national said some things in the court of this Bahamas that a stenographer wrote down. It's documented in the courts of this Bahamas. What he said, about Haitian nationals and what Bahamians better prepare for. You also saw something very scandalous. You saw a scandalous exchange with a Haitian national who just arrived in this country literally days ago, 22 or 23 days ago now. And he literally got a passport at the end of November. And the beginning of December, he got a work permit. That's scandalous because you cannot get a work permit without a passport. But you cannot get a passport in Haiti right now because the government is not functioning. So where do you get this passport from? And so maybe there is some way to get it. I don't know. But maybe someone who knows can educate me. The government is non-functional right now. So it's very difficult to get it. But even if you got it, how do you then get a work permit within a matter of days from then? How do you do that? Work permits must be advertised in the newspaper. And so you have to advertise it a certain amount of times. I'm going to check the newspapers to see if that gentleman advertised in the paper to get his work permit. But you notice what's happening? Every day, planes are landing in this country from Haiti with persons with work permit, brand new passports and work permit. But we don't see that. We don't see these jobs being advertised in our papers, which is the law. Did you notice that? These people are showing up with work permits. Government would go do a fake raid, say they got 100 people, but all of them had work permits. I don't see that many jobs being advertised for handyman, etc. I don't see companies advertising these things in the papers. That means some schemes are going down. That means some crime is going down. And we got to fix this. We're going to talk about that later in the show. We're also going to talk about the death that happened with our healthcare system. I just want to give our deepest sympathy and condolences to the family of Glenys Hanna. What happened should never happen again in this country. We have to fix this system. We have nurses every day crying out and talking about what's going on in the hospital, them being overworked, the working conditions, the conditions of the hospital itself. We have doctors complaining. We have patients complaining. Everyone is complaining, but nothing is being done. They're talking about building a new hospital, but there's some simple things that can be done to put certain things in place until then. It's been over 50 years, man. The same hospital? Seriously? And we're celebrating? But we're going to talk about that some more. I got a chance to go and visit the house of the young lady. I spoke to her father. He was distraught. I tried to see her husband, but he wasn't there. I'm going to reach out to him when I finish this live again. He had just left to go somewhere else. But we just want to say our deepest sympathies to that family. And we're going to fight to make sure that this doesn't happen again. We're going to fight. That's what we're doing. That's what we're here for. Our agenda is the Bahamian people. And our agenda is putting the Bahamian people first. We're going to get to that later. Brave David's budget for his air travel is $86 million over the full term. $86 million, over $60 million a year. But we don't have a hospital. That could build a nice hospital, state of the art. So we could just let Brave stay home and stop running on about climate change Let the people who know about climate change talk about that. And then we could get a hospital. State of the art. Apparently the money is already there because they're living their champagne dreams and caviar dreams, whatever it is, while we're suffering every day in this country and people are dying. Why are people still dying because of the healthcare system? 50 years from now. But some of you are going to go and celebrate. I'm not going to be celebrating 50 years. I'm boycotting that. There's nothing to celebrate. I don't play games. Our country's in trouble. So let Bozo the clown and those others who are running this country, let them go celebrate, spend some more money. They always find a reason to spend money. These people just spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to celebrate launching the logo and theme for the 50-year celebrations. They celebrated launching the logo. Jesus Christ. They had big celebration to launch the logo. The logo, which is a copy of Jamaica's logo. We got some more to talk about later in the show. We got to fix this country. I'm going to start today, and then I'll open the lines after that, but I'm going to start today with a sad situation. Let me tell you something. When I see a man come to tears, that's when I get angry. A sad situation of a man who trusted a lawyer, and he feels that the lawyer did him wrong. And I'm going to let him say what he has to say. I'm going to give him a voice right now. There's thousands of people on here watching this from all of our different platforms. This gentleman inherited, you could have a seat right here. This gentleman, his father died, and he inherited land and money. He trusted a lawyer to deal with the whole situation and make sure he get his land and money. But to this date, he got no land and no money. And the lawyer, every time he catches up with her, she would say she's going to fix it. Well, I can deal with it. I'm sorry, I messed up. I'm stalling. And now the lawyer won't take his call. I attempted to reach out to her. Nothing. Her name is Glenys Hanna Martin. And this man, who should be living good right now, had to go through a real hard time because of Glenys Hanna Martin. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Lincoln Bean.
The whole Bahamas is watching. Introduce yourself.
My name is
Right over there.
My name is Leonardo Sweeting. Good afternoon, Bahamas. I went to Glenys Hanna Martin law firm office for help about the death of my father, William Prince Sweeting. The beneficiaries in the government sector, Glenys Hanna Martin asked me and my father's wife, Joan Lord Sweeting, and my two sisters, Joanna Sweeting and Joando Thompson, if we wanted to go to court. My father's wife, Joan Lord Sweeting, and my two sisters, Joanna Sweeting and Joando Thompson, they say no. So my father, wife, Joan Lord Sweeting, and my two sisters, Joanna Sweeting and Joando Thompson, agreed to make me the executive. Glenys Hanna Martin says she have to take our documents to Supreme Court Probate Division. Her son, Ian Martin, called me to pick up the letters of administration the 8th of September 2021. And Ian Martin, who is Glenys Hanna Martin's son, he told me to go all around the government sectors. When I went to the public service with the letter of administration, Jackie Johnson is the person I give the letters of administration. And Jackie Johnson tell me, come back in 2 weeks. And when I went back in 2 weeks, they keep giving me the runaround. I called Glenys Hanna Martin's son, which is Ian Martin. He told me that he would let Glenys Hanna Martin call to the Ministry of Public Service. Glenys Hanna Martin called me and say, my father's wife get the year's salary. And I asked her, where's the gratuity and my father's life insurance for government? And the $84,050 would come down from Supreme Court. The letters of administration in my name, Leonardo Sweden. After I tell Miss Glenys Hanna Martin, she started making noise saying no money has come down from the court. Glenys Hanna Martin and Ian Martin, her son, gave me the run around almost 2 years. Glenys Hanna Martin said, I need another lawyer, but I tell her, me and my wife vote for you. This how you do me? You did not give me the properties, papers, and no money in the government sectors in your law firm. Glenys Hanna Martin gave me 2 years of living hell, and me and my wife living in my car for months and months and months. No family let me in the house. I put all my paperwork from the Supreme Court on the media. My father, wife, June Lord Sweden, and my 2 sisters, Joanna Sweden and Joanna Thompson, and my family, they never stand up. They never stand up for me. And that's how I figured out something was wrong. Glenys Hanna Martin, I meet her on Robertson Road with a gentleman who opened up a beauty salon. Me and my wife was there, and she went to us, and I called her. She went up to me and my wife, and she asked my wife if she have any job. My wife said no. She said okay. So she talked to me now, and she tell me what I do, and I say I wasn't doing nothing. So she gave me a contract, a painting contract for Uriah Markfield in Camp Road. But my good friend, Daniel Reckley, gave me his business license in order for me to get that contract. But I don't understand why Miss Glenys Hanna Martin carry me through all of this pain. Bahamas, what it is, Glenys Hanna Martin, what it is to gain the world for your only soul. Huh? Why you do this to me? I trust you with all of my heart. I come to you for help, and you kick me out. I vote for you. Oh God, please, in the name of Jesus, please help me. That's all I have to say. I want Glenys Hanna Martin to fix it for me, please. In the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
So when you went to Glenys to ask about, the property and the money, etc., Glenys then tried to give you a government contract.
Yes. She gave me a government contract through my friend Daniel Reckley's business license.
Contract for how much?
I think it's about 10,000, and I think about 150 or 10,050. I think I have it in the car.
Mm-hmm.
In my car. I could either bring it, you could let me go get it.
No, that's fine. So Instead of giving you what she have do to you, she try to give you a government contract
A government contract.
to appease you.
Yes, to try please me with it.
Now, she removed herself as your lawyer when you were talking to her, and she started to get aggressive, and she quit as your lawyer.
Well, after she gave me that, she just told me that she gonna fix it. She gonna fix it.
So you caught up with her, you
Yes.
talked to her, and she said she gonna fix it.
She said she gonna fix everything.
Meaning
And
you're
make
gonna
sure
get
that
your
the
property, you
is
get your
on
money.
Yes, sir.
At one point, she was in Andres where the properties are. Why was she in Andres?
Well, I think she was in Andres because at the same time I was doing the contract. I called her about something, and then she said she was in Andres. So I know I take a point upon time that she was in Andres for my properties, the beachfront, and the other properties she got. And then she called me back when I put it on the media about my family. And she said, stop the brokering, and the brokering she got the papers.
Oh, you put it on social media?
Yeah, about my family. And
so,
we had a little.
So she come back to you and say, basically you was embarrassing her.
Right. She come back and tell me it on my cell the phone. She called me on my phone.
And say she's gonna fix it.
And she said she was gonna fix it. She never fixed it. She been giving me the run. And then after that, she just cut off. She never answered her phone no more. So that means she don't want nothing to do with me. She was running, and I don't know why.
Wow. And you consider yourself a PLP? You voted for them?
Yes, sir.
Wow. And that's how they do their own?
Yes. All of my days I vote for Glenys Hanna before Philip Glenys give up his post to her as a young man.
Before that, you voted for Philip Glenys?
No. I was young at the time. I think I was about 15.
Oh, you couldn't vote, okay.
I couldn't vote then. But after Philip Glenys left, then I could have voted the next election when they give it up. And I voted for Glenys Hanna all straight.
Wow. So you helping her to get her salary?
Yes, sir.
I'm so sorry you have to be going through this. It seems to be the MO of a lot of the politicians. He has documents. He wouldn't have been sitting here next to me unless he had documents. This is probate. You can see the judge on there. This it's the back side of it. You can see the registrar on there. In the state of Williams Prince Sweeting, so this grant of letter administration, the late of Excellence Estates, Golden Isles, in the southwestern district of the island of New Providence, on the island of Commonwealth of the Bahamas, deceased, be it known, on the 8th day of September, AD 2021, a grant of letters of administration, all the real and personal estates and effects of William Sweeting, late of Excellency Estates, Golden Isles, in the southwestern district on the island of New Providence, Commonwealth of the Bahamas, deceased, who died in the state, married with issues on the 22nd day of August, AD 2020, at the Prince Margaret Hospital on the island of New Providence, Commonwealth of the Bahamas, was granted by the court to Leonardo Tamaro Sweeting of Taylor Street in the southern district of the island of New Providence, etc., etc. Leonardo Tamaro Sweeting, that's you.
Yes, sir.
You got a lot of documents here. So all these documents corroborate exactly what he has been saying. Gone through these. All of these are signed documents that deal with the estate and what he should be entitled to, etc., etc. Stuff that came down. You've been talking back and forth on WhatsApp with Glenys Hanna. He gave me these. I got these digitally also, but I just didn't have time to upload them here for y'all. Affidavit of search. So everything has been done. So the only thing left to be done was for you to get your property and for you to get your money.
That was one of them.
It's one of the properties.
What the son gave to me.
Okay.
Look, but I forget to bring the whole stamp and everything on the property, and it's over here.
Right. So the only thing left to do is get your money and get your what you call it, properties. Let me see if we can call Glenys. See what number save in this one. Let's see if we can call Glenys. Glenys probably on the line. Okay, Glenys Hanna Martin. That's right here. Glenys Hanna Martin's number is 424-0149. We paying for that. That's why I give you all that. That's our number. We paying for that. Let's see if she answers. Okay, her number is busy, which means that someone is talking to her right now. Someone is calling her to tell her that we are live on Facebook. Her number is busy. So what I need y'all to do, I need y'all, as many of y'all as possible, to send Glenys a text and let her know that while Leonardo should have been living good and should have been surviving through these tough times, that she had Leonardo to the point where he had to live in his car. So everyone, take a minute, send a text to Glenys Hanna Martin, letting her know to do right by Leonardo. Leonardo needs his properties and he needs his money. He was living in a car, having to bathe, wipe off, whatever, living in a car. You and your wife?
Me and my wife. Me and my wife. We used to bathe in the back of her mother and her mother yard, and sometime on Balfour, we used to go in the back of the neighbor yard to the pump to bathe in the back of the yard.
Wow. I'll try Glenys one more time, see if she answers. Okay, it's ringing now.
I'm sorry, but the person you have called is unavailable. Please leave a message after the...
So Glenys isn't answering, so y'all text her and tell her Leonardo Sweden needs to get straight. And so we're gonna reach out to her also. We're gonna go to her office and we're gonna give her hell for you to make sure that you get straight because she know better than this.
Yes.
And your money should have been there by now. And I don't know if she's holding on to it. You feel she's holding on to your money? How you feel?
Well, I think she might. She gotta have it. She gotta have it because she's the one who deal with everything. She gotta have it.
And if she have it, would you look her right in the camera and look at Glenys, because I'm sure she's watching this right now.
Yes.
Tell Glenys how you feel, what you wanted to do.
Good day, Glenys Hanna Martin. I want you.
Right now.
I want you to bring everything in my father's estate, please. Could you bring that to me, please? Please. You give me a living hell. Please, Glenys Hanna Martin. Do God work. Okay? I didn't do you anything wrong. I didn't do you nothing to deserve what you did to me.
You have a campaign for her, or you just voted for her?
I just voted, me and my wife, we just voted for her.
Okay. Okay. And what's going on with the contract now?
It done over.
Oh, that was just a short thing?
It was a short thing to Uriah Murphy School. They give me a piece of it, of the contract. It done over long time.
To do what?
To paint.
Oh, she gave you a little painting contract?
Yes, sir.
To try to stall you and hold you off?
To try to shut me down. They don't must come out asking about my father takes and money.
What how much properties you think it is?
I think it's a lot.
What?
Beachfront,
Beachfront property?
yes, sir.
That's why she ain't answering the phone.
Worth millions of dollars.
Beachfront property worth millions? I hear your wife saying that.
Yes,
Your father left properties, including beachfront property, worth millions.
millions to his mother, Elizabeth Forbes, and his daddy, Arnold Sweetie.
And Glenys can just get you that so you could be straight.
Something about why, I don't know why. She sees something with must see she won't take care. That's the only thing I could say.
So you think it could be more than $84,000?
Yes, sir. My dad been working for the Port Authority for 43 years. His life insurance alone, I believe, should be more than $84,000. So his gratuity, I think the union, NIB, National Insurance Pensioners, I think it is Betty Kelly, all these places in the government sectors and maybe more other places. It's more than $84,000.
Oh, wow. 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 Try Glenys one more time. Glenys, you used to answer my calls. What happened today, Glenys? Glenys, you just answer my calls. Glenys, I know you watching this. Answer me, Glenys. Don't do that. You know I don't play, Glenys. Answer your phone. All right, we're dialing Glenys again. You look like you ruining me and Glenys' relationship because Glenys always answer the phone when I call. Now all of a sudden she won't answer the phone. Glenys answer the phone. Don't let Mr. Sweeten get between me and you.
I'm sorry, but the person you have called is unavailable. Please leave a message.
Glenys ain't answer the phone. These properties worth millions for true.
Yes.
Wow. You own beachfront property.
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes, sir.
My brother, I can tell you so many Bahamians. I personally know of dozens of Bahamians who are going through a similar situation just like you, where their property is being taken away from them, or they can't get access to it, or something going on. A lot of times it's foreigners or the government abusing our Bahamians, but we got to stand up and fight.
Yes, sir.
And I can fight for you, and all I ask you to do is fight with us as we fight for others.
Yes, sir.
There's scores of Bahamians that I know personally who is going through these kinds of situations. Someone said they can't hear me. Sorry, I'm probably talking too soft because this is really emotional for me. The amount of Bahamians that I hear going through this on a daily basis. Can't take this, man. And so, like I say, you have all these documents, property stuff here. I see birth certificate, death certificate too.
Yeah, that's my father's. And my brother's son would die.
Birth certificates, death certificates, all kind of things here, man. You got everything. And so, Glenys, Ms. Green, and she said, sound like babies need to go to the office, our law office. Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Leonardo Sweeting, and he is a Bahamian who should be a millionaire. He trusted his lawyer, who is a politician. And just like Brave just do. Someone died, money in question, property in question. And he been fighting, and there's no one to fight for him. This ain't a regular this ain't a regular Bahamian. This is a PLP supporter going through this. But I sure I'm moving forward. He could be a Bahamian. Because that following that PLP and FNM thing don't work. Time for us to fight for ourselves and fight for each other. My Lord. But thank you for joining me. This week we're gonna give it to Glenys Hanna Martin. We're gonna go after her, and we're gonna do what we have to do.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So we gonna wipe them tears from your eyes, and we're gonna try to bring comfort for you and your wife.
Yes, sir.
Are you working now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. All right. So now let's just try to get what's yours. It's Bahamians, man. Who was gonna fight for Bahamians? Man, we tired of Bahamians getting treated like dogs in this country. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. Who will fight for us? Who's gonna stand up for us? The politicians getting richer and richer every election, while we get nothing. And even when we have something, they find a way to take it from us. They believe we don't deserve to have nothing. Payments don't deserve to have this property. They know what to do with it. But we are going to take back everything that the enemy stole from us.
Yes.
We are going to take it back. Everything that belongs to the Bahamian people, we're going to take it back.
In the name of Jesus.
So every demonic illegal immigrant who is in this country taking what's ours, we can take it back. Every demonic legal immigrant who has come to this country and is taking what belongs to us, we are going to take it back.
Yes.
Every politician and every crony what is taken from the Bahamian people, we are going to take it back.
Yes.
We're going to take back everything all over this country that belongs to us. We are taking it back. Our crown land, our natural resources, everything that belongs to us, we taking it back. Our pride, our dignity, our names, everything that belongs to us, we taking back. Glenys Hanna Martin, expect to see me this week. You will see me. We will not forgive. We will not forget. We come in to Mr. Sweden. Fix it. I give you 1 day, Monday. 1 day to call Mr. Sweden. 1. And then after that, we coming to see you. Thank you, Mr. Sweden.
Mr. Lincoln.
Be strong.
Yes, sir.
Hold firm.
Yes, sir.
And we can fight for you. You are not alone.
Yes, sir.
You and your wife, you are not alone.
Yes, sir.
We have an army of Bahamians with a different mindset. We ain't worshiping politicians no more. We know they work for us.
Yes, sir.
They work for us.
Yes, sir.
And so don't fear them.
No, sir.
We can deal with this. All right?
Yes, sir.
God bless you. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lincoln, being my Prime Minister. The next Prime Minister is Lincoln being COI to the world.
Every day I get calls. I get visits from Bahamians. I don't have enough hours in the day to meet with every Bahamian who's going through this. I don't have enough hours of the day. He had to wait probably 3 hours to see me on an appointment because I was dealing with other people before him. That's how much people on a daily basis. We are solving the problems of people. This stuff don't make social media. They don't make the news. Only when it's extreme, it gets to the news or social media. But we're dealing, this is what we do on a daily basis. Fight for the Bahamian people. I charge $0 to help people. 0. I've been doing this for 20 years. This is what I've been doing, advocating for people, fighting their battles, helping them out. I've never asked anyone for $1. Not once. I fought and resolved matters that where they got millions of dollars. And I tell them, keep their money. I don't want $1. I've done that. I have a heart for the Bahamian people. God has blessed me. And I do this to give back. I'm tired of the hurt and pain that we're going through in this country. Tired of it. But we got more stories about people who are going through similar situations, people who are going through land situations. The situation on Paradise Island, where the immigrants are just taking it over and they talk with their permission to be there. They have no permission to be there from the rightful owners. I've shown you the documentation. I've shown you paperwork. I didn't come like what's his name, Keith Bell talking. And that's what you're seeing on your screen now. I've shown you paperwork for the properties. Paperwork. That's what you're seeing on your screen right now for the properties on Paradise Island. The people who dealing with this paperwork, who has the right to that property, who is fighting for the property, they ain't give the Masons no right to be there. But again, this is a situation of someone died, a PLP lawyer was dealing with it, and the PLP lawyer did the same thing. And all they're asking is to get what's theirs. And so I'll break this down for you again. Fritz Stubbs owned condos on Paradise Island. He got sick. He started to not be able to cover his mortgage. He had some mortgage issues, etc. A Haitian drug dealer came, and he had a bright idea that, hey, this condos on Paradise Island, we could use this as a storehouse for drugs, money, and all kinds of things. And drug dealer name is Jay. So the drug dealer's lawyer was Davis & Co. Davis & Co. dealt with the transaction to have the drug dealer buy it from Fritz. He paid down some of the money, not all of the money. He paid down some of the money, and he, started letting Haitians come in there and live in there because they were doing their operation, and so he started letting people come in there. Now he died before he could pay the rest of the money. He died. And so what should happen is Davis & Co., who got the money, should give the money back to the drug dealer's family, and because they can't give the rest of the money, and turn it over back to the family who originally owned it. Isn't that correct? But that ain't what happened. They allowed the Haitians to continue doing whatever they were doing there and continue whatever it was. He was executed in Haiti. I told y'all, if y'all don't stand up, what's to come? Y'all children can't fight. But he was killed in Haiti, executed. A lot of people involved with this situation with the property on Paradise Island turned up dead. Fritz died. All right? His son died. Okay? The other director who was involved with this with him, there were other directors involved with this. Let me just tell you all some of their names. Let me just see if I can pull this up for you all. There was other directors involved with this. Let me see what we got here. Other directors, one of them is a Strawn. He died. I have the picture of the obituary picture of him. All right. So this is Fritz. I should have put it in the system for you, but this is Fritz. Hope you can see it well. That's Fritz right there. That's his ID. That's his driver's license. This is Gerald Strawn, who was another person who was, because they put the property in the company name. This is another person who was on it, and all of a sudden he turned up dead. Let me zoom down. There's two pictures here. This is the person on the top. That's Gerald Strawn right there, and he turned up dead. And there were other people who either died or resigned and break off running. So another executor, Alan Dak Stubbs, he turned up dead. He died in January 2018. Anthony Cox, Patrick Hanlon, and Nathaniel resigned. They break off running after people start dying, I guess. The wife of Fritz Stubbs, some fellas came to the house and stabbed her up 17 times. Another man is apparently missing. His name is Jose, who started living in one of the other villas that's there. His Jeep is still parked there. They believe they threw him in the lake that's behind it. Why all this death regarding these condos? Why everyone dropping dead? How come so many people who deal around with Davis and Co. end up in jail, dead? I mean, what's up with that? It's just a question. What's up with that? Who killed Jay? Where's Jose? Why are these Haitians still in there? I hope you all see a pattern. I hope you see that I naming names. This goes deeper than y'all could ever imagine. I could talk some and I could save some. Didn't you see how that Haitian woman who was in there was so quick to say they call in the police and they was given the number of a special police to call if anyone messed with them? Y'all putting 2 and 2 together? Y'all see that? Didn't y'all see how the minister came out and made a story? And he made a lying story saying that I said that was a shanty town. I never said that was a shanty town. Saying that, the property value, it could mess with the property value on Paradise Island if people think that there's a shanty town over there. The whole of Nassau is becoming a shanty town, boss. The whole thing. This look, Bay Street is a shanty town. Everything east of East Street, look at it. That is a shanty town. Our whole country is decaying. Now, let me show you the clip from my video. I never actually called it a shanty town. Because I don't think that was shanty. I call it a beautiful place that anyone would want to live. Watch the beginning of this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live, and we are on Paradise Island. And I'm going to say some things to you that may shock some of you, but I hope it scares you, and I hope it makes you realize that we have a broken system. We have a system that is not working for us, that's not working for Bahamians, and seems to be working for everybody else. It's a serious problem. As you can see, as the topic says, I'm in a village, but this is not your average village. It's a really nice place. This is beautiful, and anyone would want to live here. I think any Bahamian would want to live here, and you would want to live here. Ladies and gentlemen, please share. Please share, and I'm going to show you something very serious. I'm going to take a walk now, and I'm going to take a walk, and I'm going to show you something very interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm in a Haitian village on Paradise Island. And I said that just the way it is. I'm in a Haitian village on Paradise Island, where Haitians have taken over condos on Paradise Island, and they seem to be aided and abetted by authorities. And no one is doing anything about it. Nobody. So let's take a little walk.
And so you can go and watch the rest of it yourselves. But I called it a village, a Haitian village. I said it's a nice and a beautiful place. I didn't call that a shanty town. But I said that Haitians are taking over some of those condos, and they're focusing on one of them. But they ain't talking about the one that's up front and how much people have been found in there over and repeatedly. And the other two that's on the main road. They're not telling you about them. and another one that was right behind where I was standing. Let me see if you can get a view of that. Oh, right there. I'm sorry, I'm going to rewind it a little
Something
bit.
very interesting.
Right behind me, there's a yellow one.
Very
That's right
interesting.
behind me, not the one that's to my
I'm in a
left
Haitian
side
village
right there. There's a yellow
on
one
Paradise Island.
right there. You can see it now by the tree. There's the yellow one right there. That's another
Said
one.
that just the way it is.
All right.
I'm an Haitian
They were
village
able to get the
on
persons
Paradise
out of
Island.
there.
The Haitians
Right. But
have
there's a
taken
yellow
over
one right there behind me.
condos on
That's
Paradise
another
Island.
one.
And they
So, this is a reality. But notice how quick. I mean, the member of parliament for Abaco, South Abaco, said we had a boiling point, we had a crisis, these people taking over. The Minister of Immigration didn't respond to him. He had nothing to say. Member for Eleuthera, same thing. Member for North Abaco, same thing. He didn't respond to them. People in Eleuthera crying out, Harbor Island crying out, he didn't respond. But, these particular people, he had to respond because of who was involved. He had to respond. You see? You all focus? And then the media station clearly was instructed to do a bogus story with the purpose of just attacking me on this whole thing. A whole bogus story. Let me see if this is a story here.
Immigration Minister Keith Bell slamming Coalition of Independence leader Lincoln Bain today after he claimed that Paradise Island has fallen prey to illegal squatters. This after Bain and some of his supporters went to a residence over on Paradise Island questioning a family about their legal status after asserting that a shanty town is on Paradise Island. Now, Bell warns that these kinds of allegations have some serious implications for the country's tourism industry and could cast the country in a negative light. Bell acknowledges that officials have been dealing with the vexing shantytown issue across the country, and he's advising individuals to not be reckless and irresponsible with their assertions in the public domain.
As Bahamians, we have to ensure that when we speak about matters related to immigration, it's a domino effect. It cuts across other areas. So, for instance, you'll recall a number of years we would have had several other challenges on Paradise Island for which the Bahamas have had. It took us a number of years to recover. And so now you're talking about...
I don't know what this man talking about. Talking about a shanty town versus having shanty towns. Having shanty towns in Abaco versus talking about a shanty town. Having shanty towns all over our country versus talking about it. So talking about it is a problem. Let's see another.
The Immigration Minister Keith Bell slamming Coalition.
Okay, that's the same nonsense. All right, this is the vile nonsense that they are spewing right now. It's vile nonsense. They are defending evil. We have to stand up and take this country. Let me tell you what the team is getting ready to do. We are already in discussions. We're getting ready to put forward an injunction to stop the government, a judicial review, to stop the government from issuing any more citizenships, work permits, etc. to Haitian nationals until we can investigate the serious situation that we are in. There are fraudulent documents. Persons have been arrested with fraudulent documents. I witnessed in court, someone had an immigration stamp. There's all kind of fraud going on as it relates to immigration. See, we have no problem with legal immigration. We have a problem with illegal immigration. So they can call us xenophobic all we want. Come the right way, and you'll see how much we love you. We'll hire you too. If you come the right way. We can hire you over Bahamian, but we can hire you too. Come the right way. There's no problem if you come the right way. There's always a problem when you ask people to do something the right way. They always find a name to call. You could always tell evil people. The minute they don't have an argument to stand on,
Like these fools in the media and these fools in government and these corrupt people who are benefiting from the illegal immigration, the minute they don't have an argument to start on their side, name calling. Oh, you xenophobic. I was like, you having a row with your boyfriend? He said, yeah, but you stupid. Yeah, but you always do this. You always do that. That's what they go to, name calling. So instead of them having a sensible argument over why they're justifying illegal immigrants coming into this country, they go to calling you a name. Oh, you xenophobic. One man called me a Nazi. That's what it is. Rodney Mancus is a Nazi. Lincoln Bain is a Nazi. We see this. We see the Nazism. They're comparing me to Nazis and what happened in Germany at the time. Let me help you understand something. I said it before. I'll say it again for those who didn't see it the last time. Let me tell you what the Nazis did so you can see who the real Nazis. Nazis were people who were invading their neighboring countries. That's who the Nazis were. We don't invade nobody. That's what the Nazis do. They take over their neighboring countries and suck their money and resources from them. That's Nazism. All right? And while back at home, they are killing their own people. They killing their neighbors and friends. Which country killing their neighbors and friends right now? Kidnapping their own people, cutting them up, doing all this stuff. It ain't us. So who is the Nazis? Who's the Nazis? Someone say no volume. I don't know. Maybe you need to go out and come back in. So I think I could hear the volume. Huh? Who's the Nazis? We're like the Polish, minding our own business, giving the Germans job. They were having pity. France, Poland, all these countries around them was having pity on the Germans because after the Treaty of Versailles, which was World War I, the other countries around the world who had lost because of World War I, they said Germany got to pay for that, and they made Germany pay. And German economy was suffering. They had inflation like crazy. They had hyperinflation. The economy was bad. They were suffering. The Germans became like the Haitians that we know about today. And so people who are letting them come in their country and giving them jobs and feeling sorry for them and, that kind of stuff, and they was coming in and being humble. And then when Hitler was ready to take over, he had Germans in every one of those places to be spies and to take over and to do what they needed to do. We are not the Nazis. We are the people defending themselves like the British. No one listened to Winston Churchill. He told them, Germany coming. Y'all watch what they doing. Look at all these weapons and stuff they buying. Look at all the steel they buying. Why are they buying so much steel? Why are they buying so much this and that? Why are they buying so much ammunition? But because the leaders of these countries, including Britain, was benefiting from what was going on. Just like how our leaders benefiting from this illegal immigration, making $8,000 to $10,000 a head at least, just for the ship part. That ain't not a documentation part. Because they benefiting, they're closing a blind eye. Just like the European nations did to Germany. And Winston Churchill, they mash him right up. They bring up all kind of scandal on him. Every day they wake up talking about him. They do documentary show that he's a drunkard. You need to get rid of him. He never sober. Don't listen to nothing he's saying. He's not legitimate. He's a drunkard. Don't listen to him. And they push him right down to the back burner until Hitler attacked. And then everyone say, oh, Winston Churchill was right. But y'all didn't make all your money. But now your money gone to nothing because the economy gone. And Germany come in France and take everyone's money. And Poland and everywhere else. Bahamians, a war is brewing. Y'all could listen or not listen. We are not saying this because we hate anybody. Come the right way. Don't pay nobody off for your papers. Get your papers the right way. Come here and work on your job, man. We need other people to come here and work. We need Filipinos to come and help us work in the hospitals, help us do whatever. We need Haitians to come in and help us work. We're not against them, but we're against corruption, illegality. But what is the people like Guardian and all these other people, what is that, Eyewitness News now, what they calling you? Because they don't have argument, they calling you xenophobic. They calling you Nazis. No. We're the victims. We've been nice to y'all. We didn't give y'all free education. We've educated you. Our children lost seats in school. I've seen Bahamian children where they say that you know more seats in the school. Go check out a school. I've seen that because we were nice to you. Now you want to call us names? Because we saying we full? When last they built a school? You all around here letting these people in. When last y'all built a school? When last y'all built a hospital? I'm talking to the nurses, etc. They're saying it's a crisis. And now they're leaving. There's an NCLEX exam. That's the exam you take to go into the US to be a nurse. This month, end of this month. All kind of Bahamian nurses taking that. And then there could be another exodus of Bahamian nurses gone. Because we don't have a country. Y'all joking. Y'all idiots can call us names as much as y'all want, but what you could call me is a Bahamian who's going to stand up for this country, who love this country. And I don't care how much money Brave Davis and Fred Mitchell and all the rest of them making. We taking our country back. Now, I think y'all didn't make enough money. Keith Bell, whoever it is, y'all didn't make enough money. Time to close the door. Time to close the door. I see people talking this nonsense about the Tutsi and the Hutus, comparing it to Rwanda, saying we causing something to brew like the Tutsi and the Hutus in Rwanda. You ever see? Let me tell you the difference between Rwanda and what's brewing now in the Bahamas. The Tutsi and the Hutus were Rwandans. That was their country. That was all of their country. And they were jockeying for position in their country. They were fighting for control in their country. That was their country. This is not Haiti's country. This country don't belong to no Haitian. This is not a Rwanda situation. This is a situation of outright invasion by another country. Yes, that's my black brother and sister. That's why I've been helping them all these years. Yes, that's our black brother and sisters. That's why we've been helping them all these years. Clinics full. Pregnant Bahamians got to be standing up. Because these no good young men wouldn't even stand up for them and say, oh, mom, you're pregnant, come sit down. I'll stand up. No, they're taking that seat. You stand up and you swell up foot. They don't care. They don't care. Enough is enough in this country. And we can stand up. This ain't nothing to do with ethnic cleansing. This is us making our country right. You can't go in Haiti and invade them. You can't touch one of their property, not even one. Their laws protect them. A foreigner can't own property in Haiti. A Haitian who lives abroad can't own property in Haiti. That's how serious it is. They got, in their constitution, it talks about organic Haitians. In other words, their exact term is Haitian of origin, has special privileges over over other Haitians. But they telling us, oh, you shouldn't say organic Bahamian, that could offend people. My name is Lincoln Bain. I'm an organic Bahamian. Who has a problem with that? Could do the best. This is me. This is who I am. Bahamian to the bone. I bleed black gold and aquamarine. You cut me, that's what I bleed. No, we got to save this nation. So we are investigating that now, and we're looking to put forward this injunction.
to put pressure on them. The time for playing is over. The time for playing is over. We can lose this country if y'all don't get this right. So I don't, all these big, dumb, educated fools out there who talking these words like xenophobic and all this other stuff. Listen, it's my country, eh? And I can be what I want to be in my country. This is my country. And if I don't want no one else taking over my country, you don't have a right to call me names. Just like you have your house, and just like you don't want no one to invade your house, no one should call you names if you stop people from invading your house. No one has a right to come in your house and take it over. What the hell are these people talking about? Our black brothers and sisters? Yeah, they are black brothers and sisters. We've been helping them. We're still helping them. But not because you my black brother and sister mean you must come and invade what belongs to me. And tell it over and over. I love my brothers. But if I come home and meet you in my daughter's room and you take it over and you sleep in her bed and you push her out, boss, we got a problem. I don't care how much we is one blood. There's boundaries. There's boundaries. We can fix this. We can fix this. We gave them days. After that 14 days, it's going to be a clarion call, and we're calling on all names to come up. We're going to give you the date early so that you can take your time off and do whatever you have to do. Get your sleeping bags ready, your tent and all that ready. Taking this thing over, man. Letting these people invade, build house, do all this stuff on our land. And you're sitting down here joking while Brave Davis and them making all this money? While these politicians, these cronies making all this money? And selling us out? Jesus. Keep thinking this a game. It's not a game. We can easily prevent these illegal demons from taking over our country. It's not very difficult. We can prevent them from taking over our country. Let me pull up Google Earth and show you all something. They don't want to stop it. They want it to be exactly the way it is. I'm going to pull up Google Earth. I can show you all something right now. Our borders are easy to defend. They make it seem like, oh, it's so hard to defend. And everything's so difficult for them when they don't want to do it. But then they tell you they qualified and keep voting for them. Share my screen quickly. Hey, sorry, someone called it on my phone while I live. I mean, the person is safe because they should know I live. Okay, I hope you can hear me. But this is the southern border of the Bahamas. There's not much to cover. All right. This is Niagara. This here is Haiti. I answer the people keep calling back. Do not disturb. Yeah, hold on one sec while I put my phone on do not disturb. Okay, that's Kai Mills calling me. Kai Mills, I call you right back. Should be on my live. Or we give you a number to call in. But that's Kai Mills. I'll get right back to you, Kai Mills. All right, Haiti. All right, right here. This Cape Haitian, Port-au-Paix, etc. This is the north where they come from. See, this is Port-au-Paix. All right, this is where they come from. So all this area
is the north of Haiti. This is where most of them come from. And they could very easily take a ride right down here to Port-au-Prince and find jobs, etc., etc. All right, but these the country people, and they like most of our people come right from here, and they jump on a boat. It's easier for them to jump on a boat and drift right here to Inagua than to drive over these mountains to go to Port-au-Prince. All right, and so the superstitions about the mountains and all that. This is Glenys, so normally they drive this whole way and drive here to get this. This could be up to a 9-hour drive. It's a long drive. I've taken the drive many times. All right. But they come from here. So they normally drift from here and they come right here and they go either this way or this way. All right. So it's not very difficult to manage this process. This space right here, we talk about building a firewall in the sea. It's a seawall, but it's a firewall. All right. So this space right here, I'm going to measure it for you. You can see the measurement on the screen. This is just over 50 miles. You see? So right there, just over 50 miles. So it's easy for us to put a boat right in the center here, radar, and no one could pass that. Radar here, radar somewhere over here. No one could. This 50. This is like twice the distance of Nassau. So this isn't a big area that you have to cover. And so a boat or two right here, this is covered. They have radars and other technology, drones, etc., etc. But you can set up a firewall. All right. You make a deal with. You could set up a radar that goes all across this, and you have a setup. But you can do it with boats that are here. All right. Right here, this Turks and Caicos. So from here to either Turks and Caicos, if you make a deal with them, because they're looking for help. This is right here to here. That's only 28 miles. So that's a little bit longer than Nassau. That's a short distance from Little Nagua, right here to the Keys and Turks and Caicos. That's a short distance. You see? And so you should be able to handle this. And so you set up boats here. You can also set up a radar station. They actually have lasers that can actually zoom lasers straight across this channel, and the laser go across here. And anytime something comes across that laser, you can see exactly what it is. The drones can then go out and see what's going on. Or you can have regular traditional radars to cover this. They can't this way or this way. It's very difficult for them to go against the grain in these boats that they have and go around into this rough, deep ocean out there. It's very difficult for them to do. That's why they go from here and they try to drift out here. All right. So it's more difficult to go all this long way around. But in the case of that, we also set up stations across here and right here. This can be done. We will set up a firewall to protect our country. All right. And so it's not difficult, but it can be done if we have the proper vision and what needs to happen. All right. Simple as that. Now, I can't open the phone lines today. They didn't leave the phone with me. I was going to open the phone lines, but I can't do it today. Actually, I can. Let me just transfer over. And I'm going to open the phone lines to talk to you. Let me see. Yeah, we're going to transfer over to another phone. And then I'm going to open the phone lines for you so I could get Kai's call. I think Kai was calling me. I don't know what he is calling for, but we're going to get Kai's call in. Kai only calls when it's something important. So we got to get his call in, the rest of these. Now, wanted to talk about healthcare and what's going on there also. There's a lot of issues going on with healthcare. I'll see if we get a chance to touch on that, or we could touch on it on Tuesday. But there are wards that they just shut down. It's 3 or 4 wards, whole entire wards, female medical 2, male medical 1, that they just totally shut down at one time. And no beds. People can't get no beds. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. It's ridiculous in this country. All right, so I'm just trying to find All right, got the link. So, all right, we just got to do a little commercial break so that we can get it back up. Let me see. We're just going to do a slight commercial break so that you can, we just click on the first video, become that hand, so that you can, so that we can get you on the calls, all right? So we're going to do a slight commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Before the break, the question put to you was, people still associate you with the past administration that was labeled as corrupt and so forth. Do you believe that is to a negative with your electability, and how do you separate yourself from that and into what many people are now calling for, saying we need new blood? People are now saying we don't want the PLP, we don't want the FNM, they're two of the same. What do you say to that? That is a tough hurdle for any party to overcome. What do you say regarding that?
Well, first of all, I served in the last administration, the Christie administration, as Deputy Prime Minister, with other portfolios. I'm not ashamed of having served for those 5 years. And I can say that, and I say it publicly. Let me just say that the Christie administration did what they thought was best. The priorities and choices made was what they thought and I thought was best at that time. The label of being corrupt, I reject out of hand.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Because I'm not aware of any of my colleagues in that cabinet having committing any corrupt act.
Are you serious?
I know nothing. Nothing.
Marathon Member of Parliament Jerome Fitzgerald had his emails to Bahamar developer Sarkis Merlion printed in the Tribune newspaper. The emails showed that Fitzgerald sought to lock down Bahamar contracts, which would have gotten his family's company some big bucks. Kyle Joaquin tells us more.
As a Tribune article thrust the MP into the spotlight. The story included alleged email correspondence between Fitzgerald and former Bahamar developer Sarkis Merlion, where it is alleged the cabinet minister reportedly sought to secure millions of dollars in brokerage, trucking, and limousine contracts at Bahamar. Just this past Tuesday, Fitzgerald and Attorney General Alison Maynard Gibson denied having personal business interests in Bahamar. Today, after his nomination, Fitzgerald wouldn't say much on the matter.
I'm going to have a press statement on that later, so I'll respond to that later.
Later today? Or?
Yeah, today, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Some people say you should.
I'll respond to that. I'll respond to that later today.
In one email released by the Tribune, Fitzgerald seeks to solidify a relationship between China State Construction and Bahamas Cargo Limited for BCL, a company owned by Fitzgerald's family, to collect paperwork and clear shipments for the resort. In another email dated May 18, 2013, Fitzgerald writes Merlion requesting a brokerage contract. He writes, as indicated, we are ready to start brokerage and trucking for the Bahamar project and remain the brokers after opening. I would really appreciate it if we could be appointed your official broker for June 2013. But still, no answer from Fitzgerald.
Any other questions? Okay.
Reporters also sought to get a response from Prime Minister Perry Christie.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I see nothing. I know nothing.
Report to show that he appealed.
This is just the latest scandal to rock the Christie administration involving Fitzgerald. The MP was embroiled in controversy last year after he read the private emails of Save the Bay's members in Parliament. And a year before that, the report on the Marathon Rubis fuel spill.
Because I'm not aware of any of my colleagues in that cabinet having committing any corrupt act.
I know nothing. Nothing.
News tonight, the arrest and release of a consul general over the weekend is leading to new opposition claims that the Christie administration is again interfering with the course of justice. In a press statement, the Free National Movement quoted eyewitnesses to the incident who claimed that Bahamas Consul General to Atlanta, Randy Rolle, was arrested by police in Bimini last Friday after he used obscenities against officers who would not allow him and his 3 American guests to enter a restricted area which had been cornered off by police. They claim as a result of his behavior and language, Rolle was handcuffed and placed into a police vehicle while one of his female companions repeatedly beat on the police car as he was being driven away. The opposition claims Rolle used his one call while in police custody to contact Prime Minister Perry Christie, and that eventually a call was made from the police commissioner to the head of the Bimini police station, followed by Rolle's release from custody. to explain to the Bahamian people the circumstance.
Okay, guys, we are back. Thank you for your patience. We just had to switch some things up so that we could open the phone lines. I have to put it on this particular phone, but you can call us in 8035995. That is the number, 8035995. The number to call us on tonight. What do you think about the stuff that we've been talking about tonight? All of it. What do you think about the situation that Mr. Sweeting was going through with Glenys Hanna Martin? How do you feel about that, man? I mean, it's gut wrenching to hear what's happening. How these politicians, I'll leave that there. But what do you think about that? What do you think about the situation with these illegal immigrants who are taking over this nation, who are squatting and now squatting on Paradise Island? And when squatting on Paradise Island is happening, something serious is going on. That's a serious thing. All right. So I don't have a problem with any Bahamian squatting. Right? There are foreigners who come to this country and they are squatting on beachfront properties right now as we speak. They're squatting on houses all over this country. There's one foreigner, German national, who has 40 houses that he just squatted on. The person owned the house, dies, children don't really know what's going on, whatever. The foreigner come and just take it. And then he goes and says he was there for 12 years and takes it over. There's one foreigner who has 40 properties. He puts them out as Airbnbs. All right, Airbnbs to other foreigners who want to come to our country and enjoy it. There's a lot of stuff going on that y'all don't know about. There's a lot of things going on. And I'm going to take the next couple of years and continue to educate you. You don't even know 1% of 1% of how people have been raping and robbing and benefiting from this nation. All right. The number is 803-5995. You can call in. I'm sorry, I had it on Do Not Disturb. Sorry about that. 803-5995. 803-5995. Call us in. What do you have to say? In the meantime, okay, phone is ringing now. All right, let's turn that up. Good afternoon, you're live.
Good night, my president. How are you?
I am awesome. How you doing?
I am good. And I must say my condolence to the Sweeting and the Davil family.
Yes.
That my mom went through the same exact thing. But thank God.
You mean what Mrs. Sweeting went through?
Yes. My mom first went at PMH June 20th. And she was in there for 16 days. And on the 6th day, she developed a bed sore.
Wow.
And she was in A&E all the time. Then she got transferred to Med-Surg East. Now, that particular ward was a lot of foreigners on that ward, so she didn't really complain a lot about it because they were nice. So she was home for at least about 7 weeks, and her return checkup date was around the last week of August 24th. And the day she went for her checkup, the doctor that spoke to her, we was in there, the return appointment was around about 12. We did not see that doctor until 2:45 that afternoon.
What?
And my mom was extremely exhausted and tired. My mom was laying in my lap and my sister lap. That's how exhausted she was. And I said, well, we may as well go. And the doctor was like, oh, well, I smell, does your mom have ulcers? I said, no. Oh, it doesn't smell so. So she said she's going to check her. She was very rude. My mom was in her walker. And we said, okay, we need a male nurse to help us, to put her up on the examination table. Oh, she's too weak, and everything else and all. I'm going to send her down to A&E. Me and my sister tried to help, but that lady refused to call a male doctor to help us. On our way putting out, my mom said, you know what, take me home. So we took her home the next day. The 25th, she went back. And she was there another couple of days until
Okay, looks like it's back up. See if we have sound. Someone says no sound. No. Hold on, let's try that again. We should be back up. Okay. They said they can't hear anything. I don't know why. Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, someone says yes, there's sound. Okay, perfect. Yes, there's sound.
Good.
All right, we're back up. So go ahead, you're live.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening.
I was just happy to hear when you talk about filing this injunction and putting a stop to issuing of passport and visa and work permits. Because what I found laughable, every week you look at the newspaper and you have these Haitians applying for naturalization, and then they have written down, if anybody know of any reason as to why these people should not get their documents, they give us like 27 days to say something. But what do you want us to say? The government don't know in our country. We don't know these people. So how are we supposed to come up with a reason as to why they cannot get their documents?
Well, we need to shut everything down. That's what we need to do. Until we get this.
We need to shut it down.
Yeah, we need to shut it down until they get this thing right. But they're making so much huge money from this.
But Lincoln, when you come into the States, I mean, there's so many things the U.S. government put you to in reference to paperwork in order for you to get clearance to be a resident in their country.
Yep.
And these people just sail in and get passports.
Yeah.
No screening, no nothing.
Wow. Yeah.
So thank you for all that you do. We're going to be there with you, always with you.
Thank you. We appreciate you. God bless.
Very well.
All right. Okay, so those who were trying to call before, you can call back. I don't know what happened. They shut everything down a minute ago. On here, it was saying it was up, but then it was also saying it was down at the same time. There's a lot that needs to change in our country. Okay, Mona is back up. Let me get back to Mona. Good afternoon. You're back.
Yes, good night again.
Yes.
First of all, I was the one who was talking earlier, but
yes, I remember.
My mom. Yeah. So I understand, but thank God my mom had the fortitude. When I called her on September 8th, she said, listen, get me out of here. I prefer to die at home than to stay in here.
Wow.
Because they shut the ward down. Did not tell anyone why the ward was shut down. When I took her out on the 8th, they let me sign this form. I signed the form. They gave me the original paper, and then they came back and take it back. I said, listen, I need a copy of it. They said, the copy machine is not working. I said, by law, anything that has my signature on it, I have a right to have a copy of it. They refused. They didn't even give me a copy. So they took the copy because they put a black paper in between. They took both copies. They took the original and they took the copy. So I didn't even get a copy of it. When the ambulance came for my mom, she was like, thank God I'm out of here. And they was trying to convince me to leave my mom in there. So they have to go ahead and do a COVID test. I said, no, I'm not leaving her in here. And thank God I did, because that Friday, they said they checked 6 people that was left, or 7 people that was left on the ward, and everybody was positive.
What?
Yeah, so everybody was positive. So I said, thank God I took my mom out of there. She would have died a broken heart knowing that I didn't come to her rescue. That weekend, her oxygen level, she was at home, her oxygen level was low. But she didn't mind that. So thank God she was able to be home that weekend, and she got the majority of her grandchildren, but those people don't check. When she was in A&E, my mom did something in her pants from 7:30 that morning. You know when they change up? 8 o'clock that night. That's why your families end up getting urinary UTI.
Wow.
All day they had in that mess.
Wow.
So when you go to see your loved one, the first thing you have to go ahead and do is put the curtain cross, and check them and all those different stuff because they leave their loved ones in shitty pampers all day.
Wow.
So I understand what she was going through. I just wish she was able to tell them, listen, you know what, take me out of here. And then she would have been around her loved one. She wouldn't have died alone or being so frustrated. And even the day when the doctor called me and told me that she was unresponsive, the lady asked me, okay, she's unresponsive, what you want me to do? I said, resuscitate her. I said, I don't want none of y'all playing doctors to whatever. The following day, she died. That doctor was so cold. She called me. She said, listen, your mom just died. What you want me to do? You have a phone home or undertaker? I'm ready. Called just like that. I said, miss, are you serious?
Wow.
I said, you telling me my mom just died? You talking about undertaker and this thing, the next thing? They are cold. Cold. They don't care. So when I tell in the public, when your loved one says that they want to come home, let them come home. Another friend of mine, her sister, went and they're walking. Up to this day, her sister cannot walk right now. She's in there for 2 months. She walk from out of the ambulance there. They refuse to let her walk this thing, the next thing. The child is crippled up to this day. When she left, also too, she had a burn on her hand, and nobody could tell her now. Her sister can't talk or anything. She had a burn on her hand. Nobody could explain how she got that burn.
Wow.
So PMH, that place need to knock down and rebuild and stuff, but they don't have. There was 2 nurses that my mom always talk about. It was the lady was Bo, and another one was Macfee. I think she was a surgical. My mom would stay and whatever and would not ask anybody until she seen one of them. That's how bad it was, that female surgical one.
So those were the 2 good ones.
Yes.
Yeah, you always have some good ones, and that's why you can't broad blanket say that everyone is bad. There's some ones who are really good, and they're like angels walking around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that place, they don't care. Some of them, it's only about 10% that care. The other 90, they don't care. They're only there for a paycheck.
Well, I will tell you, I got together with some nurses. I had a lot of conversation with nurses, and they put together some of the issues that the nurses and the hospital is facing. And I'm going to read them off now for persons, so that persons could know, their opinion of what's going on. Because you always have to hear other sides. So I'm going to do that now. But thank you for your call. I appreciate it.
Bye.
And so they put together some stuff. These issues ultimately, they said issues facing nurses that ultimately will affect the care of patients at PMH. 1, management has no regard or value for Bahamian nurses, to the point where they are resigning and leaving in large numbers. Principal Nursing Officer Charlene Davis has stated that nurses will come and go, and it doesn't matter to retain our very own Bahamian nurses. Number 2, morale is very low, so nurses are no longer advocating for patients, but migrating because nothing is done. In another week, many nurses will go to Florida to sit the NCLEX exam to apply for a license and resign PMH for greener pastures. Number 4, government closed more than 4 major wards in the medical block for renovation, leaving Bahamians in A&E for longer than usual because less beds are available for admission. But they struck a deal with Doctors Hospital, paying them $2 million to take only stable patients, while the ill patients remain on gurney in A&E. Wow. PNO Charlene, that's Principal Nursing Officer. Let me take this call. This person has been trying to call. I'll read the rest of what the nurses say are the issues. This is what I've personally spoken to them about. Good afternoon, you're live.
Mr. Bain, before majority rule, was the UBP government was in control, correct?
Yes.
Back in the day, before majority rule, you could not get a job in a bank downtown unless you were white. So what I think they did, they allowed the Bahamian people to have their majority rule and to make them think we were in control. The FNM and the PLP, they are the biggest UBP. They are more UBP than the UBP. What do you think, Mr. B?
Yes, because the UBP, the oligarchs still control them. They control where the money goes for elections. So they've been determining who is in, whether it's the PLP or FNM. They understand that people are going to vote, that the FNM can't always be in, that sometimes it'll swing towards the PLP. And so that's why they make sure their people are in place. Perry Christie and Hubert Ingram was making sure to facilitate this every time. Every election, they'll make sure it swings one way or the next. And that way you won't have people who are not their puppets in power. And that's how they kept the third parties out. Because you'll notice they'll do a term, and at the end of that term, they'll start to do crazy things that makes everyone mad, to make you just want to get them gone so bad that you have to vote for the other one. You can't take a risk with any third party or anything else because you need that government gone. And Ingram would do it. Perry would do it. To the point where he would say crazy things about God, stick up his middle finger. He would do whatever he can to make sure you vote for the other side. And that is what they do. All right? Minutes made the same deal with Philip Brave Davis. And so they keep swinging it back and forth. And that way they kept it within their control. The Bahamians kept falling for it because we didn't see the trick. We always saw it that another party was going in, so things would be different. But what happens is they come in, and you'll see they continue with exactly what the other party was doing. So yes, the UBP is still in control.
The UBP did not want to see black people have those jobs. So they couldn't pull that off like that. So now what they're going to do, they're allowing the Haitians to come in and get passports, so they will be paper Bahamian and there will be no jobs for the organic Bahamian, just like what they wanted back in the day. The UBP, the PLP and FNM, a vote for them is a vote for the UBP government. What isn't around no more. Believe me, they are more UBP than the UBP. Thank you, Mr. Bain.
Thank you too. And we're going to have some lives where we explain a lot of this some more, because there's a lot that Bahamian people don't understand. Y'all been getting swing for years, buddy. I had a chance to work in Hubert Ingram house with this bodyguard for a short period. And I'll tell you, you're getting swing. I saw this with my own eyes. They are the best of friends. They work together. They're business partners. And they make it so that they push it to the other side. They make deals and they keep pushing it back and forth to make sure that no one else gets in and they stay in control. Let me continue reading this. All right. PNO Charlene Davis makes reckless decisions to have males and females on one ward, and in some cases sharing one bathroom. This was never practiced at PMH. Yep, they have males and females on the same ward now. And you saw an incident at the hospital happen the other day where they were saying something happened to an underage girl where a man was in the bathroom and she was in the bathroom. That's because of this new practice of having females and males mixed together. The Bahamas is not a real place. And they want to celebrate 50 years. The Lecoonies can make the money from the celebrations, so they can make plenty of money from it. But only them can get rich off of this, while the country's still suffering. They got you all now. The women, our women, gotta be man sitting up looking at them all night while they sick and laying down defenseless. This is what we come do. They want to celebrate. Lincoln Beaning will be there. I will tear up every invitation you all sending me. I don't have time to waste. Next, election for union was held 3 days ago, and no results to date. 3 days for a little union election, they still can't bring the results. Well, your present union leader supports the government, so I don't know. Nurses are also being forced to work understaffed a lot of times because of less staff or nursing officers not wanting to call nurses into work to avoid paying double time. Wow. So they're working short staff and they're working hard, and it's frustrating. It has a mental effect on them. You know, they're working extra hours, doing more than they have to do. They may cause them to miss something. That's a health hazard. That's a national security issue. That's a real health hazard. to be overworking nurses who need to get it right. That's a health hazard. And so the nurses are saying some of this is not their fault. It's because of what's happening. A lot of nurses left last year, a lot that left the year before that, and they're understaffed, overworked, and they're going through hell. Also, as for salaries, the foreign nurses, the Philippines are contracted by the government, and every 3 years they resign contract. Our government pays them $10,000. So Bahamian nurses are now going elsewhere to be valued and paid. And so that's their retention bonus. Every 3 years, these Filipino nurses get a bonus of $10,000. That's a retention bonus. Wow. So these are some of the issues that we touched on with them. There's more, but to close down 4 major wards at the same time is stupid beyond belief. That is so ridiculously asinine. And so people are dying. The other day, a husband called me and said his wife just had baby, and they sat her in a chair. While it was going on, he called me and said they sat her in a chair. After she just had baby, there's no bed. But a bunch of illegal immigrants in there. And they say they got people around the hospital who do stuff to benefit their people. Their people of their Haitian people. They say they got one nurse in A&E who she would call on the ward to get beds for her people. They say they know when she call, she gonna call with one of them other names to make sure that they straight. Farmers, we got to stand together on this one. Come on, man. Let's put party aside and let's stand up for this country. 2 hours is gone. That's all I can do for the day. See you all at Tuesday at 5 o'clock. We are going to have some branch elections this week in Pinewood and Bamboo Town. But we're also going to soon be putting up for sale COI rings. I'm wearing one of them. I wear it all the time. I actually have 2. I have a pinky ring, and this is the bigger ring that I'm wearing today. So this is it live in living color. Oh, I tried to get it on the screen. Let me see. Am I going the wrong way? Oops. Trying to get it on the screen. Where is the screen? Okay, there it is. And so it says COI in it. We have another one that's coming with you can't see because the light is shining on it. There's another one coming with the logo on it, with the splash logo, black gold and aquamarine slash logo. And so we're gonna have these for sale very soon. And so make sure you get yours when we put these up for sale. COI pride, y'all. When you say the word COI, that doesn't mean political body. That means Bahamians. That means a coalition of independent thinking Bahamians who are tired of being used by politicians, who are tired of seeing this country go to the dogs. That's what it means. A coalition of Bahamians. We are coming together. We are rising up because we want change. We are rising up because we want change. It's the pinky ring one you're looking at now. That's the pinky ring one. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's stand together. Let's fix this country. So much to talk about, so much we got to deal with. So I'll see you all on Tuesday at 8 p.m. sharp. Make sure you are there. Share the lives. Persons will not get these lives. The notifications have been blocked. The government is doing what they can to interfere with these lives. So share it everywhere you can. There's much groups on Facebook. Take your civic duty and make sure you get this information out. Screen record the pertinent information and share it on TikTok, wherever you can. Let's get the message out. Ladies and gentlemen, we have one country. I love my country. I love my people. And I do not apologize for that. The persons who are benefiting from the illegal invasion, they are now name calling. They're calling us all kinds of names because they don't have an argument. How do you justify that these people are coming in and just taking over our land? I mean, aggressively taking over our land, taking our jobs. We're being replaced everywhere. How do you justify that? The government has failed if they're allowing us to be invaded. They told you the story of Rome and how Rome was taken over. People say Rome was taken over because it became sinful, etc., etc. No. It was taken over because of the Gauls. In modern day, they call them the French. They were called the Gauls before. The Gauls started coming into Rome for work, and they started migrating, and they started taking over. There was the same immigration type situation. And they started feeling sorry, for them, and next thing they took over. There's a full story there, go and look it up. That's how Rome was taken over. The Gauls got to the point where they said, hey, we got them outnumbered. Let's take them. And they started to weaken them from inside, and that caused the barbarians to be able to overrun them because they were weakened from the people that they were trying to help. Ladies and gentlemen, I love my Bahamian people. I love my country. That is my only agenda. I'm going to see you all next time. We love you. When the clarion call comes, make sure you're there. Everyone go and text Glenys Hanna Martin. Let me give you a number one more time. We do a quick search. Glenys. Okay. Glenys Hanna Martin. That's 424-0149. 424-0149. Yeah, that's our WhatsApp right there. That's 424-0149. All right. So I'll text her and tell her, fix it for Mr. Sweeting. All right. I'll text her. Y'all do us that favor. Clarion call is coming. Get ready. We're gonna take our country back. Enough of the talking. I tired talking. I don't know about y'all. Enough of the talking. We're gonna take our country back. So, ladies and gentlemen, remember, change ain't coming. Change is here. There's a lot we gotta do, and in a short period of time, we're gonna get this done. A country that benefits Bahamians, that puts Bahamians first. The call is still coming in, but I gotta go now. All right. So thank you all for calling. See you all next time.
A lot of people wonder how Dubai became a very big, famous, and rich city.
You see, if you're comparing with Nigeria, listen to this. Nigeria has oil before than Dubai. It's a history. They are more rich than us. They have agriculture, they have mining, they have everything. You name it, they have it. Am I right or wrong? When you have a true leadership, which we have nothing, but we have everything because we have the right leadership. That's the only thing you need, a right leader for your country, not corruption. That's what brings your country at the top. You don't need anything. We want water, we don't have agriculture, we don't have mining.
That's quite interesting.
And that's Sheikh Mohammed. Number one, he doesn't know number two, he needs only number one. He says, I don't know, there's no number two in my book. Only number one.
I hear he doesn't ride in a convoy.
I don't know how you did this in 50 years. You look at history. Who does this? Show me anybody else that has done this in 50 years. I'm waiting. Show them to me. This wasn't done by money. Money doesn't produce visions. Visions produce money. You've had leadership over here that were visionaries, great visionaries, and their vision was more about the people than the money, because you can't accomplish this in 50 years without loving your people first, because the people are the ones that's benefiting from this. Look at your health care. Look at your road system. Look at your highway system. Look at your airports. Who does this in 50 years? But who benefits? You're going to care about those people. It's something to be learned about what's been done over here that could be duplicated in the world, because there's people with this much money. You just don't have people with this much love for their people.
Zakpase!
Let me just say, Zak Pase! Let me just say that I have always been a part of this community. And there's no accident I know how to do all the dancing. Because I always be and share with you. Because you are me and I am you. And I'll be here with you always. And those who knew me from the past and know me now, they always knew that I was there and always been there for you. I don't call you all, no, you all are not Haitians, Bahamians. You are Bahamian, and your origin is Haitian. Mine too, and many of us. We have to stay apart for now so we can be together later. You know now.
Are you all ready and willing to go?
It is important.